Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. Did you guys miss me? Oh my gosh. Feels like it's been forever since I have recorded anything. And let's see, it is, let me get out of my iTunes. I was just listening to some music. It is 7:18 on Monday evening. And my plan was to get up today and try to film. I had written down like an outline for videos that I wanted to plan on all of my channels. But I'm still in some pain. And so I thought, okay, we're just gonna take this kind of slow. And so I thought I'll film a drama video, a Peterisms video, and then my vlog. And then I got up today. Oh, there's Mr. Boo Radley. Are you up from your nap, honey? Come here. You wanna come over here? Come here, sweetheart. Boo Radley and I are having a bachelor week. Oh, here's Mr. Boo Radley. But I got up today and my mouth was a little sore when I got up, and so I took my Tylenol and I was waiting for it to kind of like settle in. And it was a beautiful day outside, and I was talking to my neighbors across the street. I went over, she was taking down her winter stuff and planning for her spring stuff, and so I was talking to them, and I was like, you know, I think I'm just gonna take one more day and relax. And in all honesty, you guys, like, it's been really hard for me not to film because it's just something that I get up and I do every single day. But at the same time, it has been really kind of nice just to relax and not do a whole lot of anything. And I will be honest with you, I have done a whole lot of nothing. I did finish the January book for Peter's Book Club, Courtney Summers' I'm the Girl. I finished it in one night, and then the next night I finished in one night the book for True Crime Book Club from January, A Dark Night in Aurora. And then I started a cozy mystery book, which I'm almost done with. So my reading is going really good so far in February. But this is what happened. So this was like Tuesday and Wednesday of last week. Or maybe it was like Wednesday and Thursday of last week, I can't remember. But anyway, the tooth pain would hit me, and like I would, you know, take some Tylenol and try to lay down like late at night, like with Alex and whatever, and then it would hit me and I just couldn't sleep. Like I could not get through the night. It seemed like, I don't know why the pain was worse at night. And so many of you recommended like I sleep like, you know, kind of sitting up so that the blood like would rush out of it. And my sponsor, who she's had like 4 implants and tons of dental work done and stuff like that, she was recommending things to me too. And so anyway, because I couldn't sleep, I just would be up, and so I would just sit there and I would just listen to my audiobook sitting like this, just like kind of like holding an ice pack to this whole side of my mouth. So anyway, so about today, my plan was to come back today. I actually had a bunch of stuff that I was gonna do. I still need to make my appointment for my spine specialist. There was all kinds of stuff that I was gonna do today. I wanted to like, Tanya and I always do this when our husbands go out of town. I wanted to like spotlessly clean the condo so that it would be like so, and I light candles and all this kind of stuff, but I didn't get to that. But I did clean the kitchen. I had a bunch of stuff over here, like where I keep my books and all that kind of stuff. And I cleaned that whole area and cleaned up all the kitchen counters. So the kitchen is like spotless. Well, not spotless, but you know how, for me. And then I made the bedroom really nice. And I did a huge load of towels. And right now I'm washing some linens so that Boo Radley and I can have nice fresh linens for the bed. And so yeah, I just was like, you know, well I thought maybe I would take an entire week off and come back on Wednesday. Because I had, you know, when I originally last week decided that I wasn't gonna film a video on Wednesday or a vlog, like I never would have thought that I was gonna like take this long off. I really thought that, so when I took off like that Wednesday, I thought I'd take off maybe Wednesday and Thursday, and then after my dental appointment, depending on how I felt, I would come home and I would at least film a vlog. And then I just was like, well, I was doing stuff with Alex because he was leaving for Spain. And so I have so much stuff to catch you guys up on. So I was like, I'll just wait until, you know, he's gone. And so I thought I would do it last night. And then last night I had the live stream for True Crime Book Club at 4 o'clock. A lot of people were kind of confused. So in the book club, Troy was in there. And so I said to Troy, I said, do you mind so that, because I don't, like, I'll forget to do it. Can you go over to the Vloggerinos group and just announce that I'm going to come back tomorrow instead of today? And I think people were confused because they were like, did Peter live stream? I don't have you now and whatever. Mel and I have always done the live streams for the book club on YouNow. So if you want to participate in the book club live streams, that's just all you have to do is download YouNow. And we're going to continue to do it that way because I can guest multiple people at the same time. I think we had 3 people that were guesting with me at the same time last night. Or yesterday. And so anyway, if I go in a live stream, I've been thinking that, like, while Alex is gone, depending on how I feel, I might do a live stream once on my Peter Monn YouTube channel. I'll do it on the YouTube channel. And then once for the vlog group, I'll do it like on the Peter Vlogs channel. But I'll give you guys notice if I do that. I won't just like go live. Like, I'll let you guys know like 24 hours in advance or something like that I'm planning on doing it. So yeah, so I was just like, I'm going to spend the, you know, weekend with Alex and stuff and then come back on Monday. And then today it was just like, it was beautiful. First of all, we are supposed to have over the next week, like it's supposed to be, like one day it's supposed to be 67 next week. I'm like so excited. I'm going to be like sitting on my front porch reading books and I'm like really excited about it. And it's like, today was like in the mid 50s. It was beautiful outside. It was a little windy, but it was really nice. Boo Radley ran all over, didn't you, honey? He said, yeah, I ran all over and I went after the neighbor dog. And so that's, I mean, it's not really any deeper than that. I just was like, well, I'll come back tomorrow. I'll just come back to the drama channel tomorrow. But I was like, I gotta come back at some point. So I was wanting to come back here and fill you guys in on everything that was going on. So, hi, I'm back. So I don't even really know where to start. I guess to start with like the dental stuff. So my appointment really wasn't that deep. I went in just for a checkup and it was super, super short. Interestingly enough, the Friday that I went in for my appointment, so my appointment was last Friday at 8 a.m. I was like in excruciating pain that morning. And so he like looked at everything and he said, well, first of all, some of my stitches had come out the night before while I was like eating something, and I've been eating like really soft stuff. I'm like currently obsessed with macaroni salad. Caroline took me to Fresh Time and I bought 2 things of macaroni salad, 2 things of really soft potato salad. And then I have like a quiche Lorraine, or a quiche, not quiche Lorraine. I don't know what kind of quiche it is, but it's like vegetarian quiche. And mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, soups. I have like all this soft stuff to eat. So I was in like a lot of pain when I went in there that morning. So he went in and he looked and he was like, everything looks great. You're healing completely normally. And I said, okay. And he was like, you know, it's going to probably take 5 to 6 weeks. And he was like, I want to book another appointment with you in 5 weeks, which is going to end up being 7 weeks because we're going to Florida for Ultra Music Festival. And so I was like, so he was like, well, that's fine. We'll just do 7 weeks. And then he's going to go in and he's going to take the covering over the bone graft off and all that kind of stuff. But he said, everything looks great. He said, okay, about the dry socket, I said something about that. And he goes, you can't get a dry socket because it's covered and because of like how, like he goes, you had a bone graft and then like I covered the bone graft. And so it's with that, I didn't really understand what he was saying. So if you're in the dental field, maybe you'll understand, but he said it's different from wisdom teeth. So he said it's not really possible for you to get a dry socket, but he did say that like, you know, sucking on a straw and things like that will like make it worse. It'll make it hurt because it's really sensitive on that side. So he's like chewing this side and things like that. And so I said to him, I said, okay, so, you know, like I get a lot of comments, not just from people like that watch my videos, but like in my personal life as well, that will say like, this is really questionable. And I don't think that your dentist did something right and whatever. And he kind of laughed and he said, well, I mean, he goes, you can go somewhere else and get a second opinion if you want. He goes, but Peter, he goes, I said, I don't really know what to say to people when they say that. And he said, tell them that you had a really, really bad infection. He said, your tooth infection was one of the worst I've ever seen. And he said, and I had to go in and I had to clean a lot of it off after I removed the tooth and before. And he said, and you had oral surgery with a bone graft. And he said, it's not just a simple extraction. He said, it's something that takes a long time to heal. And so it's going to be painful. And I said, okay, but like at this point, we're a week and a half out. Like how much, you know, pain should I be in? And he goes, Peter, I have people that are in pain for 2 to 3, 4 weeks sometimes. And he said, but like I said, your infection was really bad and whatever. Because I have an area where it kind of feels like it's burnt, the roof of my mouth is burnt. And he said, well, in dentistry, we call that pizza burn. And he goes, and that's where I like actually had to go in and remove the infection. And he goes, so that makes sense. And I said, so I don't really know what to do. And he goes, well, here's the problem. Is he said, I don't have a lot of options. He said, because you can only take Tylenol per your neurologist. And he said, and because you're sober, you don't want me to prescribe pain medication. And he said, in any other situation, I would prescribe pain medication, at least for people to get some sleep. Because the problem was, I was starting to be so exhausted that like I almost couldn't even get through the day, you guys, because I wasn't getting any sleep at night. And he was like, you know, if that's something that you want to talk about, we can do that. Like I can give you a low grain, you know, like pain medication and whatever, just that you can take at night. And then that way you can get hopefully some sleep at night. And then during the day, just take Tylenol. And I said, okay, so called my sponsor, talked to my sponsor, and she was like, Peter, I did it when I had my implants done. She said, I think it's totally fine. She said, we're not going to play, what did she say? She goes, we're not going to play pharmacist. She goes, you're going to take it exactly as directed, and just to get some sleep and a very limited amount. And so that's what he did. And that's been working. So that's been really, really helpful. And then the Tylenol gets me through the day. I still have pain. It still hurts, but the Tylenol dulls it. And because this was his concern too, was like I was keeping a chart of all the Tylenol that I was taking. And he said, my concern is that you're hitting almost toxic levels of Tylenol, because apparently you can't take over like 4,000 milligrams of Tylenol a day or something like that. And he was like, there's no way you can go over that. So he was like, we're going to have to come up with something else if this continues to hurt. He did call me in a antibiotic. So he was like, maybe that'll help too and whatever. So there's that. So I will tell you that after not making videos for several days and just kind of relaxing and getting I've gotten a lot of sleep. I am starting to feel a lot better and hopeful too, I think. Like, it's not just that I feel better, like my tooth is feeling better, because some of the things that are happening now, it's kind of weird. Like, what's that called? I can't remember what that's called, where your teeth like sit on top of each other. What's that called? The word I'm looking for. But anyway, like it shifted. And so he said to me, he said, well, that's where your tooth is like healing. And so how your teeth are going to be going like forward is like they're settling. And so that was that's kind of weird. I can totally feel the space now. My tongue goes there all the time. It doesn't really bother me anymore. I don't know. I'd never expected to go through this tooth pain and it be that bad at all, you know? And like, cause he was talking to me about my wisdom teeth, and I said, I'm like not prepared to get my wisdom teeth taken out at all if this is what it's gonna be like. And he said, Peter, the wisdom teeth will be a breeze compared to this. He said that they will not be anything compared to this at all. And I was like, okay. Just made a cup of coffee, my first one for the day. So that was the dental stuff. You guys have been so exceptionally just compassionate and comforting, and I just want to say I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. And also just in understanding that I need to take some time off and stuff like that. And yeah, it was good. And also it was just, you know, on top of just like the tooth stuff, it was nice to just kind of like get up and really not do a whole lot. And like one day I went out to brunch with my friend Valerie, And Valerie and I hung out last night too. So that was another reason why I didn't vlog last night. And then, because I got really upset when Alex left yesterday. I don't know why. And so I called her and she was like, well, let's go hang out. So, but we went to brunch one day. Caroline picked me up. So here, I'll just kind of tell you my week. So Wednesday and Thursday, I slept a lot. I was in just so much pain from my tooth still. And that was when I decided that I was going to take a couple days off. I just was like, I need to rest. I need to not talk a lot. I would find that even if I talked on the phone for like 10 or 15 minutes, when my mouth starts hurting more, like I will probably stop the vlog because I don't, like, that's one of the things I've learned is like, I have to kind of like not, you know, that's where I'm like, I want to like get right back into making 6 videos, but at the same time I'm not. So like tomorrow, and I got started kind of late today. And so I was like, but tomorrow my plan is I'm hoping to get up a little bit earlier and then like make a video and then like stop for a half an hour and let my mouth rest and then make a video and then stop for a half an hour and let my mouth rest. That's kind of my plan. So anyway, Wednesday and Thursday I just relaxed all day and didn't really do a whole lot of anything. And then on Friday, I had my dental appointment, which Alex took me to. And then Alex brought me home. And then then he went to work because he had to like finalize some stuff before he left on his trip. And that was his last day. And then Friday, he came home and after work. And he packed everything on Friday. He was like doing all this stuff. And so I just kind of hung out in bed with him and while he was packing. And then Friday night, we watched RuPaul's Drag Race Untucked, and we watched that stupid Friends of WeHo show. And then we watched something else too. I think like 2 Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And then we went to bed. That was the other thing. Those nights, I was like trying to go to bed so early. And what would happen was I literally, well, on Friday and Saturday night with the pain medication, like, it really helped me sleep. I mean, it just was like so phenomenal to actually get a night's sleep. And because the nights previous to that, I was literally like sleeping with an ice pack like this. And, I'll have to show you guys, hold on a second, really quick. The things I'm using for ice packs. I have them in the freezer right now. So this is the ice pack that they gave me, okay? So I would just like I wouldn't even cover it because it felt so much better without covering it. So I would just like hold it like this. Oh, see, it feels so good right now. But then when this one, like after a half an hour, would stop being, you know, cold, I would go downstairs, like, or an hour, I would just start falling asleep. And then like Alex would turn or Boo Radley would get up or something and would like wake me up. I would just be falling asleep. And then like, okay, and so then I needed another ice pack. So I should have bought some more, but I didn't. So I have this for your eyes. So I would like have it like this. It's perfect though because it fits like all the way up, see? All the way up here, and I would do that. And then my last resort when those two were chilling each other is I have this thing that I would like this. So those are my ice packs that I've been using. But anyway, yeah, feeling better. Hoping to feel better, like back to normal soon. It's funny, I'm like missing like eating certain things because I've been like very careful about what I'm eating. And so I'm like missing like eating a lot of things. But like Alex and I, we went to, oh, that's what we did. So Alex and I went to Cafe Patachou on Saturday. And he was like, let's go to brunch one last time before I leave. And I said, okay. So we went to Cafe Patachou and I got an omelet and I got and it comes with like toast or like an bagel, and I was like, there's no way I can eat a bagel. And so I got toast, no potatoes, because I was like, okay, I think potatoes will be too hard for me, and cinnamon toast. Well, the cinnamon toast, which is extra gooey and very soft, was like so hard for me to eat. So I didn't, like, I just ate my omelet. And then Alex and I came home on Saturday. His mom was like running around doing some last minute things, and then she was staying with his aunt because, so Alex's mom rented out her house and sold her car. She rented out her house to somebody that she found through somebody else. Like, her house is completely cleaned out. Furniture, everything's gone. So she rented out her house for 2 years and sold her car. And so she was like finalizing all that kind of stuff, turning over the keys and whatever. And then she was staying at Alex's aunt's house. And so we went over there because they were coming to pick Alex up at 1 o'clock on Sunday, but Caroline went on a girls' trip to Brown County, Indiana. It's like cabins and woods and stuff like that. She and like 12 or 15 girls got a cabin. They do it like every year. And so on her way home, she was like, the only day that I can get you before Thursday is Sunday. She was like, so do you want to go to brunch on Sunday and I can run you to the grocery store? And I was like, yeah, that would be great. That way Alex doesn't have to run me to the grocery store, which he actually did on Saturday, which was really nice. But I said I can go to Target and then I can go to Fresh Time and then my fridge will be stocked and then I don't have to worry about like, not having food and stuff. But he had taken me anyway, so that was our plan. And she was like, but I want to see you. Because I was like, you don't have to take me if you don't want to, if you're tired. So anyway, so I wasn't going to get to see his mom, like, when they came to pick him up. And I also had to be back here by 4 o'clock for the book club. So we went over to his aunt's house at like 6 o'clock on Saturday. We ended up staying there till like almost midnight. It was so much fun. We just sat around and talked and told stories and whatever. And I ended up buying his mom. They were really nice. They were sterling silver. I got them on Amazon Prime. I was really impressed with kind of the quality of them for Amazon. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Amazon, but like for jewelry, I was kind of surprised. I've never bought jewelry on Amazon before, so I didn't like know what the quality would be. I am gonna put this on here. Okay, when I was reaching back over with my ice pack, I knocked the camera. So anyway, but did I say, I bought her a St. Christopher medal, but I also bought her like a heart-shaped locket that was like this big. It was really cute. And it was just like very, very plain. But I was trying to find pictures to put in the locket. And at first I was going to put like Carlitos on one side and Sebastian on the other side. And then like I was asking people and they were like, well, why don't you put like Carlos, and people are giving me all kinds of different suggestions. So I was gonna put Carlos, Alex, and Fufu on one side, and then Alex's mom or Alex's grandma on the other side. The pictures. Well, the locket was so small that the pictures ended up being like this big, and Alex was helping me print it out because I couldn't figure out the sizing of it, and it became so ridiculous that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put in one picture on one side. And I ended up putting a picture of Alex's grandma. And oh my God, my mother-in-law, she started bawling. And his grandma started crying. And she loved it so much, which made me so happy. I was so happy that she loved it. And she like put it on right away. And so we just sat around there and they had like cheese plates and stuff. And it was nice. We sat around there for a long time, and then Alex and I came home, and we spent some time together on Saturday night, and he spent some time with Boo, and yeah, and then, oh, I was so emotional when I said goodbye to his mom. Like, I knew I would be. I mean, you all know I get real emotional about everything, and I knew I would be, but like, I mean, like bawling uncontrollably. And then, on Sunday, I like got up and I took a shower, and like Alex was like in bed and he was like looking at TikToks and stuff like that. And he, of course, I mean, he was so excited to go to Spain. Second. He was so excited to go to Spain, and so like for him, it was just like, you know, he wasn't sad about leaving, you know. But I like, when Caroline came and I said goodbye to Alex, like, oh my God, I gave him like this big hug and kiss. And I just like, I started bawling again. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss you. This is the longest we've ever been apart in 14 years, which is so weird. And I mean, he called me from the airport. He called me from Miami because they flew from here to Miami. And then from Miami to Madrid. And then from Madrid to the city that she's living in, which I don't know what it's called. But Vigo, I think, is what it's called. It's like a small mountain town. Oh, my sponsor's calling right now. Hold on just a second. Let me answer this. Hello?
How are you doing?
I'm good. I am vlogging right now. Can I call you back in just a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. I just want to check on you.
All right. Thank you, sweetie. Love you. Bye. So, what was I going to say? Oh, so he sent me, he's been like FaceTiming me and texting me and stuff like that, but he sent me this video. I don't think the video will like show. Here, he just texted me this and he said he's going to bed, that he's really tired. And then he sent me this video. Let me see if you guys can see it on here. I'm gonna make sure, because it's her city is not what I assumed it would be at all. It's like really cool. Can you guys see that? Is it like showing up on here?
Hey, this is Mom Street. Say hello. Up there. So cute. And there are no cars allowed. Like everything, you have to have like a permit or taxi.
So he's like telling me that there's like no cars and stuff like that allowed. You have to have like a permit for a taxi and whatever. And it's like all these really small streets. It kind of looks like very like, I mean, very, very old. I don't know. I just didn't expect that. Like, I guess I should have thought that, but I just didn't think that, you know, I just didn't think that that's what it would, I don't know, but it looks so cute. And they had a good flight from Miami to Madrid. And, why? What are you doing? He said, well, I'm my own person. Don't even worry about it, Dad. You want to come over here and come up here? Come here, sweetie. Come here. I don't think he's figured out yet that Alex is gone. Ugh, have you figured out yet that your dad is gone? He said, no, I really haven't. You got to run around a lot today. Took your medicine. You had your dinner. He ate all of his dinner right away. We're going to watch some TV here in a little bit. We're going to watch Dear Edward, aren't we? And have some macaroni salad. Make something else to eat. Maybe a grilled cheese. So yeah, they're having a great time. I feel like I had like 9 million things to tell you guys, and now I don't know what to tell you. Caroline and I went to Cafe Patachou on Sunday. I had the exact same omelet that I had. She always gets the Cuban, like Alex. I had the exact same omelet that I had the day before, and I didn't have any potatoes, but I did try a bagel. I was so craving a bagel so bad. And so I got a bagel with cream cheese. I only ate half of it, but I ate it all on this side of my mouth. I was like, but it was easier to eat than the cinnamon toast, which I was kind of surprised. Boo Radley said, well, I would surely eat some of your cinnamon toast. Our book club was fantastic for the first book club back in over a year. There weren't tons of people in there, but it was really nice. We had a good time. And it was fun. Had a good time. And now we're on to the February book, which is Shattered by Catherine Casey, although most everybody's read it except for me. And then we announced the March book, which is, hold on a second. I took a screenshot of it. I have so many receipts from the last week where I didn't make videos. Missing from the Village, the story of serial killer Bruce MacArthur, the search for justice, and the system that failed Toronto's queer community. And it was a recommendation of Nikki's mother. That's why we're reading it. So, yeah, we're real excited about that, aren't we? We rarely said, I'm really excited about long sleeps, mostly. Well, I'm washing the linens right now so that we're going to have nice, fresh bedding tonight. Oh. Yeah. Anything else? I don't know. I think I might, I've been thinking about doing a garden out back this spring or summer. Did I talk about that on here before? I think I might have. And I was talking to my neighbor across the street about that today. She was like, well, I'll help you do that. She was like, do you want to do like, she called them something, I can't remember. She was like, do you want to do flowers or do you want to do like vegetables? And I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. I thought it might be fun to do like what do you call it? Is it not herbs that you call it? What spices kind of things, you know? But like, I don't really use a lot of that, like, you know, cause I don't cook. So it's like, if I like grew basil or something, it's like, what's the point, you know? He's looking at those ice packs. He's like, what are these, Dad? Here, honey, let me move these so you can lay down over there if you want. Ooh, they're cold. What is that? Huh? He's so sweet. So yeah, I've made lists for everything. Like, I have a list in my phone for all of his medication, like for morning and night, so that I don't, make sure that I don't miss a medication for him. And then all kinds of stuff that we're gonna do while Alex is gone. I've got some projects that I wanna get done to surprise Alex when he gets home, that some of these projects are done, and I'm not gonna say what they are, because then when I don't do them, people will be like, well, did you do them? No. But yeah, we got some projects to do. It was funny, one of the books that I was going to pick for Peter's book club, so Caroline and I, we went to Cafe Patachou yesterday. It was like a really, really long line. And so one of the servers there that we're friends with, she had told me on Saturday, she said, our wait today was so bad. Alex and I went late, but she was like, when you come tomorrow, she was like, text me ahead of time and I'll just put your name in, and then that way we can like get a table for you. And I was like, okay, so we did that. But we still had like 15 minutes when we showed up there. So Caroline and I went to look at the bathing suit store that's like right next door to there. Caroline went to look for bathing suit because she's getting ready to go to Florida here in a couple weeks. And then we went to Barnes & Noble, and there was this book in there, and it was one of the books that I had thought about reading for Peter's book club, something in chemistry, lessons in chemistry maybe. And Caroline was like, oh my God, that book was so good. And I was like, really? And she was like, oh yeah. And I said, I almost picked that for Peter's book club. Maybe I will. So she was like, oh my God, that was so good. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this cozy mystery. So let me tell you what happened. So I started this cozy mystery, okay? And I started it after, I feel like I've told so many people this story, I thought I had told you guys. So the cozy mystery is called, I think it's called Crazy in Paradise. Crazy in Paradise, and it is by, hold on, Deborah Brown. There's like 20 or 30 books in this series. And it's about this woman, and her name's Madison, I think. And her aunt lived in one of these keys in Florida, but it's like a made-up key. But very much like Key West. And so, but smaller than that. And she owned like a house with like a pool and stuff. But then she owned this hotel that was like cottages, like different cottages. And so she leaves the hotel and the house to her niece. And then her mom, this girl's mom, moves to Coral Gables from North Carolina. And her brother owns like a fishing charter business that he had started with the aunt that he now like owns fully. So they're all like closer together now. And this woman, Madison, I think her name's Madison, she just went recently through a divorce, to a divorce with the dipshit is what she refers to him as. And so anyway, so she moves to Florida, and it's supposed to be like murdered bodies. And I mean, cozy mysteries are always like, you know, somebody's jilted and then like they, you know, inherit like a bed and breakfast, or they open like a diner or, you know, coffee shop or bookstore or something. So anyway, very similar to that, right? So I'm sitting there listening to it. I was telling my neighbor this across the street, first of all, because she listens to cozies. So cozies consistently do not have a lot of sex or violence in them. Like that's kind of like across the board. And I mean, I'm not a prude. Okay, I'm not a prude. But like when I'm listening to a cozy mystery, like I'm not listening to it for like really specific violence or really specific sexual scenes. Like that's not what I'm looking for, okay? So I'm sitting there and I'm listening to it on my Audible book, and I like the narrator. The narrator's great. There's like 20 or 30 books, and I'm like, and they're short too. They're like 6 hours. I think this book's 6.5 hours long, which for me at 2 times speed is like I can finish a book in like, you know, 3 hours and 15 minutes or something. So I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Well, so like this is like in the first couple pages, so this isn't going to ruin it for anybody, okay? So they go to the aunt's funeral, of which they're not allowed. So anyway, I won't say that part. But anyway, so they go to the aunt's funeral, and then afterwards she goes to the house, like where she's going to stay, right? And she goes to the pool, and as she's coming around to the pool, she sees this guy there, and he's laying with his shirt open, 6-pack abs, and gunshot wound, and he's laying in one of the lounge chairs. And he needs like medical attention and all this kind of stuff, right? But all she can think about is how she wants to have sweaty sex with him. I'm like, is this a cozy mystery? And all he can think about is how he wants to have sweaty sex with her. So, like, the next probably, I don't know, like 30 pages of this book is all of them going back and forth with all of these, like, sexual innuendos. And they're so cheesy and so bad. And like, this is the kind of stuff like Tanya loves to read this kind of stuff. She loves it, right? And it's so cheesy and so corny. And then like, they go on this dinner date, and he's even like, she's like, should we have dessert? And he's like, I want to have you for dessert or something. He says something like that. And then they go back to her house and they have sweaty sex, and he rips off all of her clothes. And like in kind of explicit detail, they kind of like talk about like what they did. And I'm like, oh my God, like this was not what I was expecting at all from my cozy mystery series. Oh my Lord, I might have to reconsider. What do you think, Boo Radley? He said, I think that doesn't sound like a cozy mystery series. What do you think about some macaroni salad? He said, gross. He said, I'll just take my package of food. Thank you very much. That's what I like. Well, all right, honey. Oh, it's starting to melt a little bit. I'm caught up on a lot of my shows, though. I have La Brea to watch, and I have Dear Edward to watch. I watched Poker Face. It was an okay episode this week. I really love that show, but I didn't think that this week's episode was that fantastic. So I have Poker Face. No, I watched that, and I watched Truth Be Told. I'm like obsessed with Truth Be Told. And then I also have to watch, I have like 3 episodes of Your Honor, and then I'm completely caught up on all my shows. So I might watch those tonight. And see what else. Also, there's like some movies out that I want to see. Like Alex had no desire to see. I think you can rent it. I don't know how. Let's see how much you can rent it for. That Megan movie. You know what? Actually, hold on just a second. Let's turn on the TV. Mute it. Game Show Network, America Says. Movies. New and most popular. Okay, plain. Oh! Oh! Oh my God, I want to dance with somebody. I want to dance with somebody. Oh, you have to buy it for $19.99? I might have to do that. But I think Alex really wants to watch that. Okay, Megan. Rent it for $19.99? I might have to do that. It's not like I do a whole lot and it's $20. Because Alex doesn't want to see that. He said, I have no desire to see that whatsoever. And then The Fabelmans, I really want to see that. $5.99. When You Finish Saving the World, what is that with Julianne Moore, who's one of my favorite actresses of life? Evelyn tries to parent a teen at her shelter while her son pursues a brilliant woman at school. Do you guys like Julianne Moore? I love her. I think she is so gorgeous. Wakanda Forever. I can't watch that. Alex really wants to watch that, so I have to save that for him. He's so mad that we didn't see that in the movie theater. What's Significant Other? Sinister events plague a young couple when they take a backpacking trip through the forest. Okay, that doesn't look bad. What's this? Shepherd, the Story of a Jewish Dog. Infinity Pool, what's that? A couple on vacation find themselves in a culture filled with violence, hedonism, and untold horror. There's a lot of new movies out that I didn't know anything about. What is this? Well, Seriously Red, XXX Dolly? A woman pursues her dream of becoming the world's greatest Dolly Parton impersonator. Oh, that looks cute. $9.99 to rent? Oh, sweet Lord. See, it sounds like a lot, but back in the day, you go to the Blockbuster, you wouldn't even think about it. You know what I mean? What is this? Swallowed. Two friends must survive a nightmarish ordeal of drugs, bugs, and horrific intimacy. No, I'll pass on that one. Thank you. Children of the Mist. No. Rent-A-Groom. The Civil Dead. What's that? Is that like a parody on The Evil Dead? A misanthropic photographer wants to do nothing while his wife is away. Till. I really want to watch Till. The Woman King, that's another one that Alex wants to see. Oh, Elvis. I haven't seen Elvis yet. Tanya loved it. Oh, it's free to me on HBO. Lyle Lyle Crocodile. Magic Mike. Is this like the original Magic Mike? Yes. Why is it saying that it's Titanic? Oh, this Banshees of Inisherin, or however you pronounce it, is supposed to be so good. Colin Farrell. Hubba. Can we just talk about him for a second? Where am I at on time? A man desperately tries to win back his lifelong friend on a remote island off the coast of Ireland. It's supposed to be so good. I still haven't watched that that new Knives Out movie. Here, The Estate. This is supposed to be good. It's with Toni Collette. Two sisters try to win over their dying aunt in hopes of becoming the beneficiaries of the estate. I'm like obsessed with Toni Collette. Like, I would watch anything that she is in. And I loved her ever since the days of Muriel's Wedding. Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once. I really want to watch that too, but I think Alex wants to watch that. Jerry and Marge Go Large. This looks good. What is this? A couple. Oh, it's with Annette Bening and Bryan Cranston. And a couple go on a winning spree after discovering a mathematical loophole in the lottery. Oh, that might be good. How much is that to rent? $3.99. I'm passing over the things I could care less to watch, just in case you wonder. I want to watch Smile, but I think it might be too scary for me while Alex is gone, but he has no desire to watch that either. He used to love horror movies. I don't know what happened. He doesn't really like horror movies anymore. Mel Gibson was in a movie called On the Line that I've never even heard of. What's that? A radio host must remain on the air with a mysterious caller who's threatening to kill his family. Snow falls. Snowbound at a remote cabin, five friends become convinced they're infected with a deadly virus. This is where I get comments on my videos. Somebody said this the last time, and they're like, my husband just walked into the room and said, are you really watching somebody just sit there and read titles of movies that are on TV? Well, I wanted to see what was out for rent. Out to rent. So anyway, well, I missed you guys, and I'm so happy to be back. My vlog is my safe space. It's my comfort space, and I love you guys so much, you know that, and I'm so glad that I was able to take some time off, but this is also like a great place for me to like come back to after a week. So I'm back. I was telling my cousin this when we went to brunch yesterday, because she was like, even when you take like a day or two off, like I'll get like tweets, you know, and people will be like, I'm getting really worried, where are you, and whatever. And I said, you know, it's interesting because a lot of people won't post videos for 5, 6, 7 days, right? And like nobody says anything. I said, it means so much to me that like I take 2 days off and I don't post, which is why I try to like inform you guys like what I'm doing or where I'm at or whatever. But I said, it means so much to me that I like take 2 days off and people are like, I really hope you're okay. I'm really worried about you. I mean, like that generosity of kindness, I just don't think you find that everywhere in the world. And I don't know, I feel very, very blessed. I want you guys to know that I'm just so appreciative of it, and I love you guys, and thank you for that. It really means a lot to me. And so, all right, I'm gonna get off here, and let's sign out the usual way, if I remember it after all these days. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Monday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. Oh, and since I wasn't here yesterday, I hope that you are getting rejuvenated, refreshed, relaxed, and renewed. Rejuvenated, refreshed, relaxed, and renewed for the week ahead, going forward from Monday. And remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want, or your week. If today wasn't the greatest day and you need to start your week over, start your week over. Just say, starting tomorrow, it's gonna be a better week. And that's what I woke up today and I said, I'm gonna take 1 more vacation day and then I'm coming back tomorrow. That's what we're gonna do. And also, practice, I almost forgot, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. You'll be changing their day, putting a smile on their face, making them happy, and just brightening them up, you know? And that's such a nice thing to do, and it takes nothing except for just texting them or calling them, right? And also, be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. And I love you guys so much. I really, really do. And I'm back. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Bye. Love you. And for those that need to hear it and those that want, I don't know what that was. Those that need to hear it and those that want to hear it and those that just happen to stick around. One more, I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.